a healthy culture at scale. So what are the other kind of techniques in addition to the deck, in addition to the onboarding?
Yeah, I mean, I would say in our first couple of years, so we were founded about 20 years ago in 97 to when we were public in 2002, all we were concerned with was not going bankrupt. Because the first big internet recession was 2001, and so we had built up a big expense rate and, contingent on future financing. NASDAQ fell 75% that year, and all the venture capitalists felt over-leveraged. They were barely going to be able to support their existing investments. Certainly, no one wanted to take on new ones. And so, while the year before, in 2000, to raise money was as easy as taking a tin can and shaking it. And, like $50 million would show up in the can. It's incredible. Never seen anything like it until last year. And then the following year, after the crash, you take your tin can out and shake it, and someone would steal the can. And so it was an enormously sharp and short change, which is why you see so much talk today about bubble. It's the memory of, no one cares about the bubble, they care about the fall. So suddenly we didn't have enough money. We had to lay off a third of the company in 2001. And we did do profitability and survived. But until that point, we really spent all the time just on how are we going to get the business to be, we were DVD by mail at the time. So it's how is it going to be profitable? And only after 2002, we realized, wow, we're going to survive. That we started to think, well, it would be awful to not want to work here. So we should try to figure out what cultural attributes were there of what we wanted to work in. We didn't set out to try to say, like, what's the most theoretically efficient culture? What's the, in some abstract sense. It was literally about us. And we realized that what we valued most, even more than success, was working with really talented people in a productive way. That joy of excellence was incredible. And of course, if you can get that joy of people excellence and talent density, then you're very likely to win. So, they come together. But at the core, it was about having dense talent. And part of it was after we did the one-third layoff, it was 120 people to 80. We had expected to basically grind to a halt and really not be able to make any improvements because it would take 80 people just to keep the lights on. But in fact, we got more done with only 80 people. And we tried to figure out why, and we realized now there was no necessary. And so it was just everybody was going fast and everything was right. And so we realized with the right density of talent, there's very little process needed, and that was the joyful thing. So at first we said, well, let's do a one-third layoff every year. But that was the key. And
that's a long-term winning strategy.
That's a long-term winning. It might be, back to the blitz scaling. And then we realized, no.
Blitz shrinking.
Yeah, blitz shrinking. Well, you want your gross ads to be, 100%. It was just your net ads are less. But talent density matters so much. So then we figured, no, let's not do a layoff every year like that. Let's just do continued focus. And the big evolution we came to is for managers, they have to each year testify for each of their people that if that person were trying to quit, they would try to change their mind. And so it's up to the manager to decide, yes, I would want to change their mind, but sometimes you find that you have people working for you, and if they quit, you'd be like, oh, that's pretty good. And that's the case we wanted to proactively, not wait for them to quit, but proactively give them a generous severance pay.
Yeah, that's how the culture goes. And what, in addition to kind of performance, because this is actually, I'm to some degree leading the witness on this, sort of leading the question, but what were the key things about establishing that culture which enabled you to scale? Because this is the highly aligned, at least a couple part of your version 2 of it.
So I think, when we went public, we were 150 people by then. People worried internally. Now that we're public, everything's going to go to shit. And because so many companies had done that, put in a lot of process, be very cautious, et cetera. And we've made great progress really every year of pushing back on that and doing something either symbolic or real that increased employee freedom, essentially incented more variance in what we're doing. And we realized if we're going to run really loose, like very little rules, that we want to set a broad context. So context is what Reed's referring to, which is we added essentially a chapter to our slide deck, which is context, not control. And so we try to get managers to inspire and lead people rather than micromanage them. And they inspire and lead them through setting the context. What are we trying to do? What are the constraints? Is it a really big problem or a little problem? Must be done right, or are we do an approximate version we fix later? There's a lot of context to any problem area. And if you get good at setting context, then you don't have to direct the micro specifics.
Okay, so that's Reed Hastings, and he gave a little bit of a summary of what the Netflix culture is. Netflix actually happens to have one of the most celebrated cultures in all of the world. They have a very, very high employee satisfaction index. They are one of the FANG companies, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google, that many people would strive to work for. So that part I thought was actually pretty inspirational, because it showed sort of like the process of what actually going through survival actually sort of produces a strong culture. And Netflix has been one of the companies I've always looked up to. This is the first time I've actually heard Reed talk. I was kind of looking around for something else, but then I found this particular piece. And the reason why I find that it's so inspirational is because of this. So before I came to Bali, actually the very first time I came to Bali was in 2004. And at that time, I was traveling around the world. I had a little bit of money, so I put together a portfolio of stock, right? But I was an idiot. I didn't actually buy it. I was just going to say, all right, what would happen had I bought this stock? So I put together all these different stocks of different companies that I was thinking about buying, but I actually didn't buy, right? But I'd like to show you that portfolio now. So this is the portfolio I had put together, and I added it in 2004. This was exactly at the time that I first met my wife, Wyana. So it was shortly after that time. So I put together a bunch of different companies here. Like this is a company that actually hired me right when I came to Bali. This is Analog Devices. They're pretty much phone chips. Amazon, Dell, eBay. This company sold glass for iPhones and all phones. They were called, I forgot what they were called. And here was this company. It was about to fail in 2004, right? It was NFLX. And the share price at the time was 33 cents. 33 cents you could buy a share of Netflix stocks. It is worth $487 today. $487.35. So it actually like I would have gone up 147,000% into that. Then you would get I don't know, something like $1 million, I think, out of it. So that is, I think, the sort of the inspiration moment where I realized, wow, how did it go from 33 cents to being worth $487 per share? And I traced it back and I saw, wow, okay, that's kind of like the mindset, the growth mindset, but also the culture and also what it means to actually thrive after you survive. Okay. Anyways, that could be us if we focus and we think about the right things and fundamentals. So I hope that can be a good way to inspire delight this week. 147,000%. Just it's like imagine you had 33 cents in your pocket, you took it out and it's like $500. Okay. Anyway, so that's a little bit about the Netflix thing and opportunities over time. Okay, let's see. We have a review from HAR. This is from Benjamin. He writes at the short stories. He had a great stay, great position. There's a little construction next door, but it didn't bother us at all. Okay, all right, that's good review. And then more from our professional networking. A few interesting characters that we met this week, or actually last week. So this is Michael Gaylor. Michael Gaylor is a general manager at the Six Senses Resort here in Hawaii. He is a Swiss hotelier, and we had a professional networking session with him to understand the evolution of what it takes to become a general manager. So we learned a lot of insights, and one of the insights I'll share today that changed my thinking about how to mentor people at a crucial stage in their development. So that's Michael Gaylor. Last night, we got together with Ferdy Angriawan. Ferdy Angriawan is the head of digital marketing growth and intelligence at Gojek. He recently got the job after having spent about 2 years at Buka, which is a point of sales source, and it's a way of collecting online payments for merchants. And before that, he spent about a year at Grab. So very interesting individual, but also reinforced this idea for me about the importance of thinking about psychology and the human experience throughout the marketing process. That's not just all numbers. Ferdy comes from UGM, from the International Affairs faculty, and is was an inspiring person to speak with the evening yesterday. So, in the meantime, we got some updates. So we've had a lot of BBE talks last week. I'll go over to, is Aldo here? Aldo Singh, tell us about the BBE talk that you guys had yesterday. I'll go to, let's see, who wants to go first? Wait, I'll go to Aldo first, since he's alphabetically ahead, right? So Aldo, give us your recap on the BBE talk at your alma mater at Unpad.
Yeah, it was actually it was my first time being a speaker and at BBE talk, and also in front of my friends, also at Universitas Padjadjaran. Actually, some of my friends also attend this webinar, and it's mostly talking about how is internship or at Bukit Vista works, and how things that we actually give to them, and the experience working with us. I think, and also it was fun, and also we also have so much fun talk with Andre and Sin also at this webinar.
Wow, fantastic! Very proud of you guys, and very proud also with the talk has been going through. And let me go to Shin next. Shin, how was your experience at the talk? Was this one of your first time speaking?
It's an interesting experience, I guess, because it's my first time speaking in front of like 70 students. I've never spoken in such a large scale event before, even though it's just online. Yeah, so I think it's good that I got a chance to share with them my internship experience and the things that they can get away from it. So I believe that we have quite a few signups from yesterday's BBE talk at Unpad. So I think that's a good thing and can be celebrated. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you very much. Congratulations for the team that did the BBE talk. Shin, curious question. Did being a chair in the meetings help with the with being able to speak in front of a group?
I guess so, but I wasn't like chairing in the talk itself because Kiki was there, right? So I was just speaking and answering the questions.
All right, let's
Yeah.
go to Kiki. How was your experience, Kiki? Was Kiki here?
Hello,
Okay, I don't know. Okay. Oh yeah, there you are, Kiki. I see. Okay, you're Bukit Vista. Yes. Okay, Kiki, tell us a little bit more about it.
it was great. At first, it's nervous. I was nervous for me personally, but then I tried to bring the joy, and I asked questions with in a cheerful way and stuff. And I don't know, it's just Aldo and Andre us having fun yesterday. So yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Aldo.
Feeling the BBE talk.
I think very, very good things that be talk. So yeah, it was actually beyond my imagination. I think that BVE talk could be like this right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. BDE Talk, for everyone just to know, is at episode 6 and 7 now. So we've done this quite a few times, and it most likely, Shinte, will become part of the company culture at this point. So congratulations on that. And there was another one, actually. There was another one. This one was, no, this is Rafik's update. There was another one that we did at Singapore. Let's see, who wants to give us an update on that one? I think that one, Aldo, perhaps tell us a little bit about this BDE talk.
Yeah, this is with the Singapore Management University. It was my first time to being a moderator for a webinar. It's such a fun time with Adam and also Burcu. Burcu was she was moved to Berlin the next day after the webinar, and also Adam is on his 8 p.m. at night. So I think it's such a great time have fun with them because they're also very busy, and there was the students is also giving such a great questions that I can't choose the questions because there are so many, but time is very short. I think it's a great time also. Thank you, Kiki. Thank you, Kiki, for arranging this.
Kiki, a little bit more about this one too as well.
Yeah, so the one with SMU is our very first BPE talk with Singapore Educational Institution, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Burcu and Adam speak to us. And yeah, we're glad that as it's our first time, and I believe we can we can try another time with other Singapore Institute, probably NTU, since we have Shin and Alitia in here, or we can try another thing. So I hope it enjoys, and also I hope another time we could create a better BP talk with Singapore Institute.
Fantastic. And congratulations, I think, for this one. This is the first BVE talk that we reached a international school outside of the country. So this is a form of expansion. So congratulations to everybody involved. And also, as a sort of a side effect of BVE talk, there's the articles that the universities usually publish after the event. And these have enormous marketing and SEO benefit because it helps get us really good backlinks and shows that Bukit Vista is an authority in this particular domain. So thank you everybody for being involved. BVE Talk is a pretty exciting, and also I think Shinde said it's good, refreshing sort of approach. Gets us re-inspired again. So congrats. All right, next, let's continue to, let's see, right. So a few topics. I was hoping to get the employee satisfaction survey results here, but they're with, I believe, Alethea at the moment, so I couldn't get the stats off of them. But in the meantime, a few things that we are listening to from the employee satisfaction survey results. One is that we've seen that people are asking to bring Tableau back to the all hands so that you can see what's going on. And so I'll be going through that today and showing everybody what it looks like behind the scenes and how we're doing in terms of our overall revenue, booking pace, top KPI performance. Okay, so what that's about is we're looking to understand the big picture, and so that everyone understands what the context is, as Reed Hastings just spoke about. But what we want you to control is you can observe and help with ideas, that we share the big stats so that teams can see where the issues are and decide how to respond to them as a group. Okay, and then the core value recognitions, we also saw that core value recognitions were very valuable and very influential in people's experiences here as employees. So what we wanted to expand on core value recognition was to say, it's not just about recognizing an individual. You can also recognize a team, a group, as an individual or as a group. So, for example, one person representing one chapter could recognize another chapter. So there's team-to-team recognition. There's individual-to-team recognition. there's also recognition that maybe a mentor has had on your development. Maybe you did something because you remember something somebody said at a start of the masterclass. So these are all ways of, I think, celebrating and just reminding what actually gets the company to work and what really inspires delight for us to be here. So think more broadly about core value recognitions and here to recognize another individual or a team. So that part is pretty cool. And we're looking to achieve transparency so that we can see what's going on and where there have been really good instances of us getting to where we need to go. That means one-on-one feedback, one-to-many feedback, or as a group to a group feedback. The other thing that we saw was the journal. This is not on the deck. Rated as one of the most impactful things that HR does to help everyone. And so we're probably going to be doing that a little bit more in detail as well. So in addition to giving feedback on the employee journal, what I've done is started to track, I'll see how sustainable it is, of giving feedback on people's OKRs. So at the end of the month, generally we take a look at your OKRs and we take a look at your projects on your Trello board, and that becomes the basis for deciding, okay, what's a good Vista project award to give? But then in the process, I think there's also a lot of feedback that we can share about your OKRs, how well they align up to the mission, and we'll give that a shot. I'll see how long I can do that for, but hopefully if you guys appreciate that, we'll keep that into a cycle where chapter leads or myself as CEO can give feedback about not just your employee journals, but also how your OKRs were and ultimately how the SLAs were affected by your OKRs. So that's a few of the things that I want to speak about in general with the entire company here. So the theme of September is the same. There's been no changes to that. We need to focus on surviving. Our target is 33,000 in order to cover all our costs and bonuses and such. The way that we have it is we're running sales campaigns now to focus on like big ticket items to improve our inquiry conversion and all of the get more reviews out too as well, and top of funnel activity. So this is all in progress, and I see that there's good progress on this. And I think we're living our theme in a very close way. All right, that's pretty much it. This is a review. If you're new to Bukit Vista, please take a look at some of the missions. That is very vital. I think we're all sort of living the mission at the moment with the SLAs and such. These are very highly aligned. But if you're new here, to kind of get like a zoomed out context, please read the missions, and they are all there. All right, let's go next to the personal updates. Rafik, you're first. Tell us your update, Rafik.
Thank you. Good morning. I think it's I don't have little much of update because last week is my Galungan day, right? So achievement. No achievement, better timing and calendar management right now. I don't have idea for the actionable, but this is just very interesting. So this is something very unique on my village. It's called like Mebubugan. It's called mud butting. If you already searching that one, this is after Nyepi Day. The most interesting is I bring Gateway student to join this one on 2013, but I don't have the picture. So this is the celebrating for victory after the Nyepi Day. If you searching on Google, so very famous on Kedonganan village. That is from my that is maybe this is one of interesting. If guest state Arindra maybe can join it.
That sounds awesome. And Ralph, I've lived here for so long, I didn't know about this festival.
Just hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Rafik.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. No, this is super authentic. It's super local. That's something I never would have discovered.
Yeah, because Kedonganan have two beaches, west beaches and east beaches.
That's right, over on the mangrove side. Yeah.
Mangrove, yeah. That is mangrove. Yeah.
Good call. Thank you very much, Rafik, for the update.
Thank you.
Insight on third person is just like Rafik. Which one? Cynthia says, oh, this one.
Yeah, on the back, under the back. Yeah.
But the third person, is that you?
No, it's not me.
This guy? No.
No. I'm more handsome than
Lord of the Flies here. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Rafik. Okay, let's go next.
Welcome.
Tendi, tell us about your update.
Okay, thank you, sir. My biggest achievement last week is create the community chapter funnel that really can help to the community chapter. And then the second one is I was able to take a tools and then understanding and then modify as my tools. And then the next one is actually the tools is the things that helping you to reach the end goal. And then the tools will not working well if you cannot use it correctly. So you need to understand. That's why you need to understand. Then you can using as your tools. Okay, and then the next one. The one is interesting in my village. So actually that's the name is Rejang dance. So this Rejang dance is it's happen every 2 times a year on the Galungan and Kuningan. So actually it's on the Galungan and Kuningan day. That's like a woman that can start dancing after the tooth is break in the first tooth. So they can dancing. So the dancer is actually like from the child until the woman that doesn't have it's if in the word like it's still virgin like that. So if not you cannot dance. So because it near like what's called holy. That's a holy dance. And then also the dance is started from the around 7 p.m. 6 in the morning. So it's like they going around until morning dancing. So yeah, it's not like they feel tired or something because the God blessing. And then they even like a raining they still dance like in the middle. There's a fire in the middle, so they dancing there.
That's amazing. That sounds like something. Yeah, another one of the things that I didn't really know that happened here in Bali, and definitely off the main tourist trail. Cool. Excellent. Thank you very much, Tendi, for that update. Jane. Okay, next over to Gabby. Okay, Gabby is at school right now. So for no big personal achievements, but for personal growth, sometimes you have to do an experiment. I was able to learn from my mistakes and then change the way I do my works and actually gain some results. Okay, very good. That sounds like fail fast. On the manage everything, and sometimes even when you think you're doing your best, you have your limits, and you don't understand that even when it's taking a toll on your health and motivation. Okay, so the things that Gabby wants to show is that she has lots of cool modern buildings where she comes from. So, ooh, okay, all right, that is pretty cool. So that is okay. So, okay, very cool. Thank you very much, Gabby, for the update. Next, over to Andre. Andre is at class right now, but his biggest personal achievement was the monthly deal with Belle Isle. And BV gives me a chance to cut my teeth by being a BV eTalk speaker. And this is something that is actually new for me, even though I love to present and talk to people. Okay, fantastic, Andre. And then managing my own feelings to manage other feeling as well. For biggest personal growth. We need to be in the fresh mind first before we go and give the other suggestions or what to do. Have to manage yourself first, well, if you want to manage others. On the biggest actionable discovery, boring might indicate they're actually ready to do the next level of your job. So leader and members need to collaborate to create some expectation in this particularly unique process. Very good. Okay, thank you very much, Andre, for bringing that up. That sounds like a point to never settle. And then let's see. Oh, yes. Okay, so his update is this. I didn't know this actually, and then somebody told me. So there's a myth in Jogja that there's an imaginary axis in Jogja between Gunung Merapi, which is the biggest volcano, and this is Pantai Selatan, which is the beach, and everything lines up on a line, an axis. So there's the Tugu, which is like the Eiffel Tower of Jogja. It's this kind of big tower in the middle of the road. there's the Kraton, which is the palace, and there's the Panggung Krab Yak. Krab Yak. Okay, and there's a mission located in the exact line. The spirit of each place are also talking to each other. Cool, I didn't know that. I was told that the Tugu was in the middle point between Gunung Merapi and the ocean, but apparently it looks like the Kraton. But all right, thank you very much. Appreciate that update, Andre, as a cool infographic about Jogja. Next, over to Shinthia. Okay, over to you, Shinthia.
Yes, everyone, and good morning. So my biggest achievement this this week is loyalty management to support the campaign. Even it hasn't worked yet, but yeah, I hope it will bring a good impact in the future. And then for my biggest personal growth, I think we play our roles in everyone's life here. So yeah, it's meant to be. Everything is meant to be, I think. And then for my biggest discovery, I think that communication and coordination is a key for teamwork, such as any dependency should be well prepared, then also we should be well prepared. And then the unique thing about my hometown is well known as one of the cities that have a high level of tolerance. That's number two after Singkawang. I think it's still right now because I have checked the last info I got in 2019, and my city is still at number two for the tolerance. Yes.
Very good. I had no idea. I don't see Bali on this.
That's actually I'm questioning about why Bali didn't go here, but yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm proud of my city.
I am proud of your city too. Kota Singkawang.
This is sir.
Oh, Salatiga.
Regency, right?
What, Rafik?
This is city, Bali's Regency, sir.
Ah, correct. So I guess it's not Kedomanan, yeah?
Kadonganan is village, sir, not city.
What's the city then? Is
Badung.
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 Oh,
Denpasar is city, right?
I thought you
Denpasar.
were. Okay.
Denpasar.
Fair enough. Okay. Thank you for educating me. This is why I go to all hands, so I can learn. Thank you. Okay. Great update. Thank you very much, Shinthia. Let's go next to Nadine. Okay, Nadine's at school right now, but her biggest achievement was to officially start a new strategy for HAR to optimize the Airbnb inquiry conversion and to also get a monthly deal on that meeting. And finally got Joshua to agree to spend another month. Thank you very much. Nadine, on personal growth, I feel like I'm facing many challenges lately. I think this is good to elevate my skills to the next level. Okay, very good. And then actionable discovery. Surround yourself with the inspired, the excited, and the grateful. I feel blessed to get surrounded by these kinds of people. It always brings positivity around you. And her regional specialty is an ondo-ondo. This is one of Jakarta's icons. It's a large doll. It's around 2 meters high. It's made of bamboo. It is a Betawi people representation. But I personally hate them. They look creepy. I always run if they come close to me. And I will find them dancing on the road like crazy, and they cause traffic jams. What's fun about this is an old movie about Bali as well. So apparently, in Bali, I don't think they make ondos anymore. But yeah, this is kind of like a puppet thing. Carnival. Okay, very nice. Okay, next is me. So on my biggest personal achievement, I think we have actually begun to think about HR more systematically. We are now focusing on connecting brand awareness to actual results. So this part I think is good. It's progression. On my personal growth, I've learned that marketing is fundamentally you need to have two sides. You need to be data driven, but you need to also have extreme empathy and be able to understand what it is that the people that you're marketing to are experiencing. I also learned this. This is something I learned from professional networking. I learned that when a person is ready to resign, you can actually interpret that as a signal that they're ready to grow, than ready to go. So, kind of, changed my mind a little bit. And then on the biggest action discovery was what we just heard, that I think high context situations require less management And if the overall context of what we're doing is clear, why we exist is clear, and how much progress is clear, then leading is hands off. And so what we've learned is that having like a team dashboard, seeing results on a Trello card, these are always an improving context so that it is more clear what's going on. Okay, from my hometown, I grew up in the Bay Area, and these are things that you don't see very often in Indonesia. So these are kind of cool. This doesn't exist anymore, but this was a blimp. This is a gigantic airship that the Navy used to patrol the waters outside to make sure that the Russians weren't trying to sneak up and drop like a submarine or something around. So there's kind of a big naval base, and there's a big that's a garage for an airship, right? It's a hangar. So that's it's actually where Google's headquarters is too now. So Google's headquarters is just like right next to this airfield. That's Moffett Field. And the other thing that you don't see every day in this part of the world is this. This is an aircraft carrier. They're very common, I guess, in the U.S. You see these like a few times a year, but you just kind of never see these anywhere else. So we have aircraft carriers and all this other stuff, and it's parked there right now because this is an old aircraft carrier. All right, let's go to the next person. Is Ara? Okay. Here we are.
Okay, thank you, sir. So my biggest achievement was building products for this week. So that's actually exciting because this is the first time. And then for the next one is that I am in the new chapter. Personal growth is learning about how the mind actually works. This will needed for self-effectivity and efficiency. And then for the actionable result is that I think meditation might help to make the mind focus. It can eliminate noise and irrelevant things in my activity. So, okay, so my hometown is in Medan. So, unique place, two unique places that I love is that Sultanate of Delhi, because that's the Maimun Palace. And the next one is Toba Lake. So what I like the most about Toba Lake is if you're there and you're taking pictures, it's like a green screen. Like literally when you see, like it's a green screen, it's unreal because it's too big and such, right? And so beautiful. And then what I like most about the palace is that the detail about the anything until like the small details like the ceiling. I really love each details of the palace. So yeah, that's pretty much from me. Thank you.
Cool, thank you. All right, is that your home?
No, it's the palace there. But yeah, it's a palace. Now it's like for a museum. Really open for public, so any one of you that visit Medan can actually enter that room. So yes. Oh, another fun fact about the Sultan that is currently in reign is that the Sultan is 1 year younger than me. So he is now 22 and he's staying in Undip, Universitas Diponegoro in Semarang. So
Nice.
the coronation day of the Sultan was when he was 7 years old. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, he was rated. Are you related to the Sultan?
Just long cousins, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Can you bully him? You're older than him. You can be like, "Yo, Sultan, I used to change your diapers." Okay. Cool. Thank you for the update, Ara. Very, very cool. Next, over to Alethea. Okay, Alethea's having lessons right now, and one of her updates on her achievements is I realized that one of my initiatives would not work in the long run. I realized that I had to fail fast, and then from there I was able to realize a more effective pivot. Wow, this is the first time I've seen this happen, like consciously from somebody who's interning here. So that is an achievement. Yes, I would celebrate that. For biggest personal growth, effectively training another employee, since I'll need somebody to take over me when I end my internship. I had to think of ways to ensure that the person learning would be able to fully comprehend the materials and execute it smoothly. And for actionable discovery, I observed how Jeannie implemented the concept of zone of proximal development during the recent HR Scrum. This is something I'm going to apply in my own life, be it at school or at work. And for her, local discoveries in some parts of Singapore, there are more traditional architecture, some cool murals around. Okay, this is Okay, all right. Yeah, that was kind of cool. Is this in Tiba, Tiong Bahru? Yeah, Tiong Bahru, Tiba. I was going to start a trend to call Singaporean neighborhoods like New York neighborhoods. So we just use the first two letters of each word. So Tiong Bahru is Tiba. It didn't catch on. So okay. Anyway, long story short. Okay, all right, cool. Some murals and all right, interesting. Okay, some good architecture there. Let's go next to Kiki. All right, Kiki, give us your update.
So yeah, good morning everyone. Stay healthy and stay happy. So my biggest achievement is I was moderating BPE talk in Unpad. Thanks to Aldo, thanks to Andre, and also Shin for promoting our company's culture and our company's values to these students in Unpad. And as the result, we got some applicants applying right after BP talk in Unpad, and it's good to know that. So yeah, thank you everyone who's participating in this project. For my biggest personal growth is I realized that I need to erase any doubt in me, in myself first, so I can erase doubt in my team or mates. Yeah, it is important. And for my biggest actionable discovery, I also realized that in delegating, we need to trust our delegates first. And to build trust, it requires understanding and transparency. So yeah. And also, yeah, this is my hometown. As you know, my hometown is in East Borneo, and Borneo is the largest island in Indonesia. I live close to the coast area, and it's amazing to live between beautiful rainforest and sea. Actually, so there is a ghost island named Pulau Segajah. In the morning until noon, this island appears, but near afternoon, this island disappears. So yeah, I used to go snorkeling on and diving there. It is a beautiful place, and I miss this place so much. So yeah, that's the update from me, sir. Thank you.
Nice one. Thank you very much, Kiki. That is really cool. What's the gaja? Does it mean it's like an elephant or?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the reason why it named Pulau Segajah because it reminds us of gajah, punggung gajah. I don't know exactly what.
Looks like an elephant to me. So
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know.
Awesome, cool. Thank you very much. Okay, next over to Shin. Tell us your update.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Okay, so my biggest achievement for week is I participated in my first ever BVE talk and speaking in front of so many people. So thanks to Aldo, Andre, and Kiki for doing this together. They made it more fun and less stressful. Yeah, and then biggest personal growth is to step out of my comfort zone to reach, connect, and to meet new people. And my biggest actionable discovery is to align my initiatives and projects to support the chapter SLA, and that is very important and should be prioritized in my list. And then the unique part is this new waterfall at Singapore Changi Airport. So it's unique in the sense that even Singaporeans will go there to view this as a tourist attraction. So people head over to this waterfall and take photos. And like some even went there to shoot their wedding shoot. Yes.
That is very true. I remember seeing this. This is called the Vortex, right? And I've always wondered, Shin, is it like is the airport like a shopping mall, right? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, and
Yeah, so this is in the shopping mall.
Excellent.
It's pretty cool.
When Singaporeans go to the mall, they might just buy a trip to another country. It's like,
Yep.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Okay, next let's go over to Ceylin. Ceylin, your update, please.
Thank you. So for my biggest achievement, be the first A Scrum that I chaired. So overall, but I need to like improve on my timing adjustment, and I received a lot of feedback from my team, and I hope I can be better next time. And moving on to my biggest personal growth, I actually realized that it's okay to open up a conversation like with topics that I'm not comfortable with, like conversation that I was like taboo with, and like it actually like clarify my doubts by talking it out. So yeah, And then my biggest actually discovery is taking the very first step out of your comfort zone is difficult, but afterwards, like an amazing path awaits for you. So yeah, okay, and from my hometown, okay, thank you. And for my hometown, Samarinda is not a big city, but there's this one interesting saying, like especially when you're about to go out from your house, like if someone in your house offers you food, you you really you don't want to like reject it, even like when you're full or when you don't like the food. Just try like just take a bit and eat it. It's fine. Like if not, like you will get an accident or something, like or something bad will happen to you. So this is actually called kepuhunan, and I think like the whole Kalimantan citizens are aware of this practice. Like even my friend in West Kalimantan have this like practice too. So yeah, that's one interesting part.
Interesting. Okay, thank you very much, Sweetland, for that update. Kiki, wait, Kalimantan and Borneo are same, right? Like, so do you know about this practice, Kiki?
Yes, it's the same.
Wait. I think I don't know. I don't know further about that.
She's in a different part of the island. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you very much. Sweetland, congratulations. It sounds like you're making some good positive transformation. So keep on transforming. Next, let's go over to Bayu. Bayu, over to you, sir.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So,
Can't reach the internet right now. Check your modem or router connection and try again.
I don't know.
okay, I guess that's okay. So, the achievement this week, actually, yeah, there are some activities done, but I don't think there's a impactful achievement, especially that support up here. The personal growth, I try to delegate more now, since I think I start to feel that I work on too many things at once now, so that like none of it actually getting done. So I delegate more, mostly to Phoebe and Aldo. They are really good at on product development now. So you can actually, if you want to reach product development, you can actually reach to them both, and they will know what's happening in product development. So and yeah, and if you think that what I do or what we do in product development is okay, and I think you can just reach me, and then I'll be happy to show you around and even teach you if you want to learn about that, or doing some work in product development. And then the actionable discoveries, I think with specific scheduling, with goals and deadline, especially in this is from me in my Google Calendar. I usually create one schedule for one thing, not like everything, like every day. Like I'm doing this every day, one by one. Today I want this to finish this part, and then tomorrow another part. The next day another part. I think that will having result, because I know what I have to achieve today, rather than the time no time anymore. More on nothing like that. So I think that helped. And I think, especially from hometown. So my hometown is in Purwokerto. So there's a special accent of Japanese language there. I think everyone know. Oh no, not everyone. So if you want to see, I attach a YouTube video there. So yeah. It's even said by Bule, so it's even more funny.
Okay, that's cool. That kind of reminds me of why I'm Kool-Aid a little bit, but okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Bayu, for the update. And And if you guys want to hear the special action, definitely check that out. I remember hearing that about 10 times on the journey to your wedding. It was pretty fun. Okay, next over to Wayana for your update then.
Okay, for my good morning, everyone. I hope everyone have a lovely morning. My biggest achievement, I don't have really big achievement. I learned some new features from 3D yesterday. It was cool. Like, I see it, but I didn't really understand what was he said for. But after the explanation, like it's good that what the feature is for. And I'm meeting potential owner good online. Personal growth, I think I've been always like afraid to go to Mount Agung because like a lot of people said, you know, you need to be strong. Okay, just let's do it, you know. I brought Rizal, I have no training at all, and then in the beginning he was like, I think like, I cannot be. But after a while, like he's like used to it, and it was like, yeah, we made it up after a rough journey. And because I think, okay, never stop and doubt yourself, just keep on moving. Sometimes like, you know, on the journey, just never know what happened, but just keep on moving. And then my hometown is this place, it's called Tirta Ganga. It's like kind of like water palace. And the fun fact about this, they have a giant fish in the pond, like might be 5 kilo each, or it's very fat. And a lot of people feed them and then take a picture with them. That's gonna getting fatter and fatter, I think. So yeah, that's it from me.
Magical. Okay, thank you so much, babe. And next, let's go over to Aldo. Over on your side, Aldo.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So I don't have any big achievement last week or this week, and my biggest personal growth is that I'm becoming a speaker at BB Talk. It was my first time becoming a speaker, and my biggest actionable discovery is when we're working on B2B business, it's important to have a personal touch on every single word. It's what I get from the Star Masterclass yesterday, and what's unique in my hometown, it's called Becak Motor. So what's in English, but so these things that it used to be my go-to transportation when I was little, and it's fun choosing this transportation. And when you're going to a place with your friends, but the taxi is too fancy and too expensive for you, this is the go-to transportation. And there was no Gojek or Grab that time, and we're particularly using this.
Go Becak! All right, that's cool. I like how the Becak, the driver's on the side. Normally,
yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Aldo, for your update. Let's go next to Rizal. Rizal, your update, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. So for my biggest achievement is I don't have a big achievement at the last week, but on the biggest personal growth is it is my first time to climbing the mountain. I learned to believe in myself that I can make it. Even in the beginning, I have much doubt, basically. And for the biggest actionable discovery is apply the response time is very in every aspect. Small things that also reflect that we are inspired the world. And something unique from my hometown is, I think that's only that it is a Sangiran, like a museum of ancient fossil, and yeah, I think that's just that from me.
Okay, that's cool. Oh wow. Okay, and it looks like anthropology there. All right. Next, let's go. Thank you very much, Rita, for inspiring us to the top of Gunung Agung. Next to Gani. Gani, your update.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. So my biggest achievement last week is I feel more confident contributing on cross-chapter project and start a new strategy to increase sales conversion rate through Instagram. And my biggest personal growth is recently I got many inspiration about design from social media, and here's my favorite Instagram profile that very useful for to learn about design. So yeah, it's very interesting. And the next is the biggest actionable discovery is I'm trying to slow a bit so I can more focus on something that produce a result. and, and the next is something unique from your hometown is okay. My hometown in Klaten is known as a destination to enjoy refreshing deep in the spring. So around 191 springs are listed in the residency. So yeah, it's so many like umbul, like a mata air. So yeah, it's very
That's
refreshing.
incredible. That's like onsen in Japan. Okay, all right. Like all these natural spring waters. Okay, very cool. Thank you very much, Gani. Next, let's go to, let's see. Lilith is not here for some reason. Let's skip Lilith. Let's go to Vidi. Vidi, over to you, sir.
Yes, sir, everyone. My achievement this week was I spoke in 3 events last week: the Fair, 2020 CS Student Orientation, as well as the Parent Lecture Meetup. So, my working experience. This week I was able to help with bug fixing for unregistered booking, confirm in parser, and I've also launched the first iteration of a PRM conducted training session for community team. And then for my personal development, I have deeper understanding on parser and Integromat. I was able to track like errors and also bugs. And I've also received a technical view and training from Kabayu regarding the existing web app system. And possibly I will explore more for development starting from next month. And I've also extended the workflow reach and to communicate with the developer, Nick. And this week I learned a lot about improved coordination, because this actually relates to the actionable discovery, which is I feel like this week was like a session where I had to also cover 4 lists due to Balungan, right? And I deal with 2 different chapters and 3 different campaigns, talk with different people and funnel managers. So it's coordination and improvement of coordination. And then I came from Jakarta, so maybe there aren't any like specific things that is interesting in Jakarta, but I will talk about the North Jakarta specifically, which is populated by a lot of Chinese Indonesian. And for some reason, maybe not a lot of people know about this, but in China, in my area, we have a lot of tall gates due to the 98 event. Yeah, so we built tall gates and also gated the windows. If you see this kind of thing, it's because of Chinese Indonesian from 98 event. If not event, but yeah.
Interesting. Okay, that's a good insight. Thank you very much, Vidi, for sharing a little culture and history there. Next is over to Tara. So, okay, Tara reports that there's no big personal achievement. She was off half the week, but I went on 2 1.5-hour car rides for 2 days, and that's the most she's traveled in 2 months, so that was very nice. Oh, Tara's moved from, I think, Madrid to a different city in Spain now, known for having Roman aqueducts. Taking a break was nice, and I should always remember to take a rest and not overwork. Just go for BV, but also for university. Doing physical and mental health are very important. True. And an increase in virtual scrums. I need to work out the time to start working so that it's optimal in GMT plus 7-8 time zones. This way I can still rely and ask things that I can be contacted at reasonable times for both of us. Okay, and for actually the local update, the lifestyle here is unique. People eat, work, go to school late here. I used to start school at 9 a.m. There are Spanish schools that start at 10 a.m. Lunchtime is 2 to 4 p.m. Then we don't have siesta. Dinner time is around 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. here. Then most people go out for copas, free drinks until 2 a.m. Then they will club until 7 a.m. in the morning. And Madrid may be a big city, but it's very safe. And going back home during the early morning is completely fine, even if you're alone. Also, most people I know don't really sleep after staying out all night, but somehow function for the rest of the day. Anyhow, I can't relate. Okay, interesting. Thank you for that local update. All right, next, up to the last part of the meeting. The Tableau presentation we will give on the last week. We will give a summary of how we did in the month. So that will be on September 29th. Next, let's for core value recognitions. There's 2. No, there's a lot. There's so many. Oh my God, there's like a multitude. Okay, so let's go. We're already a little over time, but I request 5 more minutes. Now about our recognitions. Let's go first to Rizal. Rizal, over to you, sir.
Yep. I recognize the first is a BI chapter for being the hero for Lilis, Vidi, Cara, and also Joseph. Because BI chapter is working so hard to discover the opportunity and analyze the friction of every layers in this virtual survival mode. They also helping other members to transform and agile based on their suggestion. And also I cannot wait to see the result of our hustle mode in this month and also in the future. And the other core value recognition is I recognize Sarah for help others first because Sarah was able to give me suggestion also correcting my copywriting in BV homepage. She also just arrived from her long road journey, I believe, but she able to keep the pace and can work great again.
All right, thank you very much, Rizal. Thank you for everyone who's been recognized also in the core value recognition. Excellent. Next, over to Tendi. Tendi, your update, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. The first recognition is actually for Gaby. So, she was cover the community when me and Rafiq on the Galungan Day, and then she was able to complete the task from us as well. Okay, and then the next one is that's for Mas Bayu. So Mas Bayu has created a funnel for the chapter KPI and then show me how it's work. And then actually that's a great funnel to see the progress and then see how the team work. And then I create my campaign community for the new funnel now. Thank you, Mas Bayu. And then the last one is this for Rafiq. So actually after the ceremony, Rafiq going to fill almost every day to speed up the community engagement and get more feedback from the partner. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. To night, Aldo, Andre, and she. So, this is their first time to actually become speaker in BV Talk with Unpad. Yet they are. I was just from Andre. All James video when speak in BV Talk, and Andre learned how. So yeah, he basically replaced Jinx Jinx role in previous BV Talk. Aldo, right after he became what is that actor in SMU BV Talk, he learned a lot to how to our team, what we are doing during this pandemic, and then he delivered very well to Unpad students. And also Shin, thank you so much. You are promoting our remote work culture beautifully. It goes very well. So yeah, I believe it requires constant learning and also bravery to speak about what we are doing or we are working on. So yeah, I really want to recognize these three people. So thank you guys for actually make it happen.
Excellent. Thank you guys very much. Thank you all for the core value recognitions and for being recognized by your peers for the incredible work that we've been doing. Now, this is the end of the All Hands. Remember to inspire, delight everybody, and have a great week ahead. Bye-bye. See ya. Oh, and Rizal, please share the video with me so I can send it over to the folks that haven't seen it yet. Okay, thank you.